and there is times when they left. All right, guys. So the apartment that you guys are looking at right now is the Casa Loma apartments. These are the apartments that the boys lived in before they moved to California City. Here on this video, you are going to get a neighbor's statement. And the neighbor had a lot to say. Mainly, the boys never were allowed to come outside to play. We hardly ever seen them. And there was times when they left this way instead of going towards the front parking lot. They avoided people. They never really were too friendly to any other neighbors. Different things like that. Which leads me to believe that if this guy was acting that way at the apartment complex, refusing to let the kids go outside and play with other kids, there's no way in hell he's going to allow those kids to go into the backyard at the house in California City. Like he claims he did. They were playing with chalk, remember? But, yeah. I'm going to let you guys get to the video now. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Yeah, hopefully we could get somebody to come out and maybe talk to us, a manager or someone. The guy that just walked into there, he ended up recognizing us, and he said what's up, and someone else just got here.
Multiple numbers listed under.
Is you?
Yeah.
Like 106 or something like that, or?
Let me stop this. I know I sent you guys some yesterday on your channel. Don't know if you got it.
I don't know. I get so many
That's what I was thinking. Like, what do you have so many?
Did you send it to Messenger or Facebook or no?
No, I didn't. I sent it on your guys' video. I sent a couple different ones that they have.
What's your name?
Misty.
Misty, nice to meet you. I'm Maybe. Nice to meet you.
Okay, so this is what I have as far as, I don't know if you can see.
Oh, yeah.
Apartment 116.
116.
I believe apartment 100 comes up. Then I got the Potomac, Edmonton, but then also Triana Avenue. These are mostly apartments except for Potomac is not an apartment. And that's the only one actually that I know of.
Do you know where Hagman Street is?
Hagman?
Hagman or something like that?
Yeah, Hagman is off of, actually if you run down this street, it's all the way down, you'll run into Hagman.
Really?
Yeah.
That's where we're going to go
That's
next.
Cross town.
Yeah, we have someone who said that supposedly that they might be buried over there.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you guys said you're gonna meet with somebody here that had some information.
Yeah, I've called her like 3 times, no answer yet.
Yeah, so I tried to get, my son's family actually lives here. They don't know more. So I was hoping they could let us in. But,
Yeah, that would be awesome.
But I don't know how much we could do. I mean, you know.
You could at least, talk to people.
I'm sure we could get in right now. We could just ask them and they'll let you right in.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Let's try it.
Bakersfield's real friendly. They'll let you right in.
All right, guys, so we're going to see if we could walk inside.
Birthday parties and stuff. This is a park area. Different from when they used to have it. Do you remember the apartment number? 116.
116?
116, I remember that.
Yeah, I think I heard 116 and 106.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different ones, which is weird. And I don't know if their whole family lived in here because a lot of different family members also popped up at this address with different apartments.
The West families?
Yeah.
Really? I don't think it's even on. Is it on?
Oh. Oh, it was. You know what? My memory's really low. That's probably what.
Oh, shoot.
I was trying to keep the other phone, but 204, 104, 103.
All right, guys. So here's the parking space for 116. Hello. All right, so 116. Do we know for sure if it's 116 or?
You already know what we're talking about? Yeah. Okay, so this is a 3-bedroom. Okay. How long have you lived here?
Did you ever see them?
I do remember them. But I don't want to come out and
How many kids do you remember?
I think 3.
Just 3.
They never really came out, so I don't know.
They never really came out?
No.
Thank you. It's right in here?
Yeah, it's a bottom one right here.
Is somebody living here now or?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right.
I'm pretty sure they can't, but if there's a chance that they could release how many kids were listed on, you know, when you sign a lease, you have to say how many kids are in there.
Right.
I'm wondering if they could give that information now, as well as a time frame. How long did they live here? I'm not sure. I know there's cameras all over this place.
There
There
you go. There
used
is.
to be. Now I haven't been back over here since 2011, so it's been a long time. But I don't know if they're allowed to give that information now, or if they're going to be willing to give it out.
You guys are those Facebook people?
Facebook, YouTube, something like that. How you doing, bro? I'm AV. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You guys are here about...
Yeah, of course.
That's crazy, man. That's some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and my wife, we've been living here for like 4 years, and we would kind of see them around. They would come around. They were really quiet people. They were really quiet people. They didn't socialize with nobody. Like usually all the neighborhood people, they kind of, when they see each other, they, say hi.
Yeah,
and
greet,
whatnot, but
right.
They're really quiet people, yeah.
How many kids do you remember seeing?
I think it was like three or four kids.
Did you ever see the boys that came missing?
We did, but it was usually, honestly, the interactions that they would have with people, it was always really quick. Like when we would be coming, they would either run out that way, or they would, like, if they were coming in, they would just come in hella fast and just go into their apartments. They wouldn't really talk too much,
So they would go this way?
Yeah, they had their parking spot right here, but I don't know why they would park back there. The guy used to drive like a big, long white van, and they would always park back there. They would just, as soon as, like I said, when we would come out sometimes, if they were to see us, they would kind of either backtrack, kind of back into the apartment, or if we would come out, they would kind of try to rush out that way. But
The van, was it an older van? Because they own 2 white vans.
I want to say it looked kind of like a more newer style van.
West disappeared, reported missing in December, not seen or heard from since. Our affiliate KERO has the story.
The Cal City community is still distraught over the 2 missing boys. There is now a new addition to the neighborhood. This is a small memorial, leaving candles and toys, hoping the toddlers come home safely.
All have to get together as a community and just try to help find these children ourselves and do the best we can.
With guns drawn, authorities enter the California City home of Trezell and Jacqueline West, the adoptive parents of 3-year-old Orson West and 4-year-old Orrin West. The parents told authorities their 2 boys disappeared from their backyard on December 21st and believe someone kidnapped them.
They do not just roam around, these patches. I think definitely would have been picked up or something.
We have no way of knowing how they got out of the yard. Nothing that shows how they got out of the yard and if they wandered out of the yard.
California City Police Chief John Walker believes this is now more than just a missing persons case. He believes foul play was involved.
Someone knows. And I would hope that person would come forward.
And that's why Walker says authorities have paid so much attention on the couple's home, even digging up the backyard.
We're just trying to dig up anything, any clues that we can possibly find to find out where they had gone and also to confirm that they're not in the backyard.
It's a noise like jackhammering or roto hammering, like they were trying to dig through dirt or break concrete.
The adoptive parents gave their account of what happened, claiming that the two boys went outside to play with chalk while their adoptive mother wrapped their Christmas presents. Their adoptive father said that he left the gate open. When he realized the boys were gone, he began searching for them. The adoptive parents declined an interview today, saying police advised them to stay inside, leaving some to wonder why.
I would be nonstop looking if it was my child. You wouldn't even keep me inside.
200 volunteers who dedicated around 4 hours looking for any clues that could lead to the West boys' whereabouts. Some volunteers shared with 23 ABC that they walked nearly 5 miles canvassing the area. Amongst the group were the boys' biological mother.
If they find my kids, can they just give them back to me? Whatever I have to do to work on it, to get them. I have a home, I have a car, I have a job, I have money. It's nothing to provide for them. I come from a good background, as you can see, and I don't understand. I just want my babies. If they find them, just give them back to me, please. That's all I want.
Throughout the search, you could occasionally hear groups shouting and waving to law enforcement if they found something of interest. And if it turned out to be an item of possible significance, it was then taken in for analyzation. But there was one item they found that stood out.
Basically, what we found was a piece of or a gift bag with the name of one of the children on it. But being in such close proximity to the house, that's not super unusual. But it's something we definitely want to take a look at.
Although the boys have yet to be located and no arrests have been made or suspects named, this community says they will ensure the boys won't be overlooked.
From every neighbor you guys spoke to, not a single sight of them.
No.
When was the most recent that a neighbor cited they'd seen the kids?
We none of the neighbors have seen the kids.
Ever?
No.
Despite search efforts that haven't turned up anything, neighbors are still trying to think positive during a dark time in this small community.
Hopefully, they'll find the children alive.
All right, folks, here's the number, 760-373-8606. 760-373-8606. That's the Cal City Police Department. If you have any information, no matter how insignificant you might think it is, please make that call tonight. As a story, it doesn't make a lot of sense. There's a lot of questions, not a ton of answers right now. But we've got a special guest joining us tonight in Denver, Colorado. He's the anchor and reporter for our affiliate, KMGH. Bayan Wang is with us. Worked this story when he was working in Bakersfield, still working the story tonight for us. Bayan, let's start here with, for folks, what's the latest that we've heard here? And my understanding is Bakersfield is taking the lead in this investigation, not Cal City, where they allegedly disappeared from. What are you hearing out there?
Yeah, hey, Vinny, good evening. Actually, the lead investigator role shifted back in March when Cal City and BPD basically got together and spoke with all the other agencies involved, the FBI, the Kern County Sheriff's Office, and they said that the evidence essentially led authorities to believe that the focus of the investigation needs to be in Bakersfield. And just for context, that's where the previous residences of this family was. And the Bakersfield Police Department actually released some data just recently, earlier this month. They actually stated that they had executed 44 search warrants, which have been conducted on residences and electronic devices. From those search warrants, they were able to seize 170 items, 83 different people have been interviewed so far. There has been 16 mass area searches, so a search not just on the community level, but of fields of the sprawling desert in California City. And we understand that 3 of those searches have been conducted outside the state of California. Still, so many tips coming in, and you said it at the top of the hour perfectly, a lot more questions than there are answers right now. So this one's kind of up in the air, and it's really weighing in on the community right now.
I want to play for everyone Trezell West, who is the father, the adoptive father of the children. But that's, you know, once you adopt a child, you are the father. As he describes when these boys went missing. Let's take a listen.
They came missing right before it got dark. And I searched that property. I even drove around this neighborhood right here. I even talked to a gentleman on that side, one of those streets over there. I said, "Did you see some little black kids?"
Did you go that way looking for them?
That's the way I was going to come. But when I came back home, I decided to call the cops because it was dark. They couldn't have got away that fast.
And why did it take 2 people to go in the house and leave 2 kids out here by themselves? It should have been 1 parent going in and 1 parent right here watching the child, not 2 parents going in the house and leaving 2 little kids out here by themselves for 10 minutes.
No, they were in the backyard. And the back gate was open.
Out the backyard?
And the back gate was open, and I was getting wood from this lot here.
All right. So can you explain to us what the father is saying is his version of what happened here? The kids are in the backyard, the gate is open, and he's getting firewood from somewhere. Can you kind of give us some perspective on where all these different locations are as he describes the time when the children went missing?
Yeah, the home is actually located on a pretty good sized lot. So essentially, as you were kind of saying, he was gathering wood because this was in December. It was a bit chilly out there in the desert. The kids were outside playing with chalk on the patio. According to the adoptive family, he says that his wife, Jacqueline, was inside wrapping Christmas presents. So they obviously didn't want to see, according to them, have the kids see them wrapping the Christmas presents. And then all of a sudden the kids vanished. The dad went inside the home, came out, noticed they weren't there. And then, as you heard him say in the interview, he looked inside, didn't see them, kind of panicked, went outside of the home into the front yard, didn't see them, got in his car, drove around. According to him, he spoke to a person that happened to be in the area, said, "Hey, did you see my kids?" They said no. He says within a matter of minutes, he called law enforcement. Then the California City Police Department were the lead investigators. So they got a CHP helicopter up in the air, sent dogs coming out, search dogs looking for them. 7 months, almost 7 months later, still not a clue, at least for what we understand from law enforcement.
All right, so as we evaluate the father's story here, there is almost an exact time as to when these children went missing. It's a very small window. There are neighbors there that have surveillance videos, right? I mean, there's neighborhoods across America, there's surveillance videos everywhere. Here it's very flat. Of those surveillance videos, did anyone produce a surveillance video from that window of time when he said these children went missing, of a car driving up, of someone going into the backyard, of the children walking out? Does any of that exist? Have we heard anything about that from anyone's surveillance video in that neighborhood?
Gosh, Vinny, every single question you're asking me is the same ones that I asked law enforcement. As you said, there has been surveillance footage, and they said, there's not a lot of info they could get into that they're ready to release. Just by me observing and other folks in my newsroom observing the video, it's kind of hard to tell exactly what happened because it's kind of approaching nighttime there. The sun is going down. It's not as bright as daylight. So I would be kind of, remiss as a reporter to speculate on what was shown or not shown on that surveillance video.
Were there any cars? I mean, if it's getting dark and you're driving a car, you're going to have your lights on.
Yeah, I didn't see any happen around that time. So from what I was able to see, I didn't see any car lights or cars approaching or anyone leaving the property around that time frame.
So where does it seem? I mean, if the investigation's in Bakersfield, and we're almost out of time here, the family, the parents, right? They're adoptive parents, but they are the parents. They moved to Cal City from Bakersfield. When they lived in Bakersfield, they did have those 2 children with them, right? They lived in Bakersfield first before they moved to little Oren and Orson.
Well, according to what law enforcement is saying right now, yeah, the official report right now is that those kids were with the adoptive parents, not only in Bakersfield, but in California City as well. And that those kids went missing on December 21st. Now, what the investigation actually produces, once more information is released to the media, might show a complete different story. But Vinny, it's really frustrating to say right now that I don't think we're there yet. I don't think law enforcement is there yet. And last time I spoke to BPD, they really sounded, at least from what the PIO was telling me, that they wanted to release more information, but they never dealt with a missing persons case of this high profile. And they obviously don't want to release info that's going to jeopardize their investigation. So last I heard from Sergeant Robert Pear of BPD, he said that they're trying to look at the Kristen Smart case of California to see what kind of info the police department released for that case, so they could actually take a blueprint and know the kind of info they could release to the public at this time, so that there isn't that eerie feeling, which there is. I spoke to a lot of Bakersfield residents. I spoke to a lot of California City residents. Those prayer vigils that you and I spoke about last time we were on your show, those prayer gatherings, those community events, well, those are dying down. It's getting a lot more quiet. And, the hope's still there, but it's dimming away.
Ryan Wang, KMGH in Denver, thank you so much for joining us tonight, providing all this insight, and we'll speak again. Thank you.
We will. Thanks, Vinny.
All right, folks, when we come back, we're going to take West.
My question is, where are the boys? It's been a long time since these children has been missing. I am just refreshing your memory, those who have been looking for the boys. A tarot reader said that how they have transcended as well. And I think they have, because the mother said to the people, bring them back to me, however, so I can put them at peace or whatever. These children are very young. They're like 3 and 4. They're very little. You know how small a 3 and 4-year-old is. On top of that, Trezell and Jacqueline had this van, which is what the neighbor was talking about earlier. There's a white van, what they had. And you see all the children go into the back, but you don't see the 2 little ones. So till this day, nobody knows what's happened to those 2 little boys. And I think in their mind, they thought because they were black children, right, people won't be asking questions about them. So basically, what I'm doing now, I'm just refreshing a couple minds, because you can't forget children like this. I talk a lot about children on a daily basis, missing children on a daily basis. So basically, right, people still need to be talking about these children. Hopefully, right, we will find out what happened to the children. In time, we'll find out what happened to the children. If they have transcended, I hope their little souls have rest in peace wherever they are, because apparently they were holding hands when they died, So I thought I will bring this back forward to the subs, the newly ones who subscribed as well, because I know people don't always go backwards in videos, but with this case has been going on for a long time. When you Google their names, it's the same answers. There's never nothing different. No bodies, no nothing. Where are the boys? Jacqueline and Trezell, where are the boys? Where are they? That's what we need to know. So I hope that people will watch this video, like the video, send out some positive vibes so that the children will be returned. Well, I wouldn't say, however, the state that they'll bring them to the mother, but it's been a long time. It's similar to the Magdalene McCann situation, you know, where she went missing. Nobody knows what's happened to her. People's be saying they see sightings or whatever. But with this is a whole different case in a kind of a way. It's kind of similar. So please, 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 please keep putting out their names. Olsen and Orrin West. Okay, Sincere and Classic. That was their real names. Their mother named them. Okay, so with that said, I'm gonna come off. I might replay them again, you know, because you have to keep playing their images, otherwise they just become another hashtag. Okay, and these hashtags are just trends and nothing comes out of it. So it's best to just keep remembering them, keep remembering their faces, keep remembering their names, you know. And if they have transcended, you have to send them positive vibes wherever they are and hope that their remains will be found. I mean, I know I shouldn't be talking like this, morbid like this, but this is the reality of the situation. So with that said, I'm gonna come off. Thank you. Bye.